Hi everyone. Welcome back to Petals and Wet Noses. If you ever left your garden for 2 week vacation in the middle of a summer and spent the entire time worrying if anything will be left alive when you get back, this video is for you. I just got back on July 14th after being away for 14 days, right in the middle of that brutal Illinois heat wave in late June and July. Today we're doing a full garden check-in. The grass is definitely overgrown. The weeds have officially taken over, but the good news, the garden survived. Before I left, I set up a timer system on the outdoor faucet with a sprinkler to keep everything hydrated through the scorching temperatures. Today, I'm taking you on a walkthrough to show you how everything looks, what thrived, what needs a little TLC, and how that simple watering setup saved the day. Let's jump right in. 2 weeks away in July heat, and the grass is officially a jungle. It's definitely going to take a double mow to bring this back under control. I was walking through the tall grass to check on the garden beds, and out of nowhere, I stepped right on a hidden nest and got stung by a wasp. I ran straight inside, brought out the big guns, and had my son come double mow the whole jungle to clear it out. Now that the grass is short, safe, and wasp free, we can finally take a look how petals and wet noses survive the heat wave. The butterfly ballet is popping off with tons of blooms. And while it's definitely gotten a bit overgrown with weeds, honestly, it's not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. My container definitely needs a good deadheading and a dose of fertilizer, but all in all, I'm really happy with how pretty it's looking overall. My berry border bed is super overgrown, and the perennials are definitely due for a good cutback. The Walker Slow Nepeta has totally gone wild and pretty much taken over more than half the bed. And here, my cats Meow, Veronica, and Salvia are all ready for a big haircut, while the rose could really use some deadheading and fertilizer. And in my native bed, I can barely tell what's a native and what's a weed. I put these pots over by the berry border bed so the sprinkler could do the work for me. But now the grass has practically swallowed them whole. At this point, I think the grass is trying to claim my potted plants as its own. And my begonias need some cleaning up. My treasure chest bed is blooming beautifully and thriving right now. The only problem is that the weeds have definitely made themselves a little too comfortable in there. My pollinator garden bed has some great blooms going on, but purslane has completely taken over the ground. The Supertunia pink tiara and foxgloves are looking absolutely marvelous with all their gorgeous blooms in my cotton candy sky garden bed. The Verbena mango orange and the moonbeam coreopsis are both blooming away and putting such a beautiful show in my golden hour garden bed. Even with all the weeds creeping in, my theme garden beds are blooming away and looking so gorgeous. Here is the sprinkler, which is the very end of this whole watering setup, fed by an automatic controller at the outdoor faucet that runs hoses out to turn them on every morning at 7:30 and 8 o'clock. And right here is the other sprinkler set up to keep both my butterfly ballet and hummingbird buffet beds nicely watered. And also my veggie beds and my birch garden bed. And here is the digital controller right at the faucet, automatically managing all the water lines to keep everything running on schedule. To make things super easy, I added a hose splitter at the spigot. That way, I have one line dedicated to the automatic timer and still have a second line free whenever I need a regular hose. On this sprinkler, it watered the European elegance beds and the berry border bed, and also my containers. The only thing I did have to have my son water was these begonias right here and this window box on the shed. And these right here and the rose and the clematis. It didn't reach all the way over here. And he also had to do the stuff by the fence. The Rosa Sharon and the hardy hibiscus. And he also had to do my planter box on the deck. And they're looking really good. And he also watered the panicle hydrangeas that I have here, my Pinky Winky and Strawberry Sunday, and all these plants back here by the house. And they're looking really good. They're blooming, the hostas. Coming home to overgrown grass and a weed explosion is always a bit overwhelming. But seeing these blooms pull through that summer heat wave makes all the prep work completely worth it. A simple faucet timer really is a lifesaver when you're away. If you enjoyed today's garden post vacation tour, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming garden cleanup and maintenance videos. Leave a comment down below and let me know how your garden handles the summer heat or your favorite vacation watering tips. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.